Hello and welcome to How to Automotive. Today's episode is all about the Subaru Outback and a real-world car review. I'm Brian Essick from How to Automotive, and stay tuned for that. So if you're looking for a crossover SUV, the Subaru Outback is going to be a great car for you. This particular model is the 2017. It did not change much between the 18 and 19 models. Just some minor tweaks between the three models. This is about really putting the car to use and having a good time with the vehicle and seeing if this is the type of vehicle for you, especially if you're in the outdoor lifestyle. We're up here at the Glacier National Park in Montana. So we drove it down some back roads and through a snowstorm and just all kinds of different terrain. And we threw our luggage in there and we used all the features on the vehicle. So I thought I would share with you what those features are. So one of the things that Subaru is famous for is their all-wheel drive system on their vehicles. And we thought we would put that to use. So the first thing we did was test that out. So on this particular road, we started out at about 2,000 feet elevation and it switched back and climbed all the way up to 7,500 feet. So the cool thing about that was when we were started out, we were on a dry dirt road. And as we got about midway, it turned into a wet dirt road. And when we got to the top, it turned into a really rough terrain and it had a lot of snow on the ground. You'll see that in just a minute. So this vehicle has plenty of ground clearance to clear terrain like this. So we did not have chains on the vehicle. We're just using the factory tires, and the all-wheel drive system and the traction control working together worked flawlessly as it pulled us up this hill. At no time did I feel like it was going to skid out of control and slide off the road, so the traction was amazing. So we did have the vehicle in what they call X-Drive, and it's just a push of a button, and what that does is it uses the ABS and tracks the slippage of the wheels and adjusts the torque and braking of the wheels. And then we also use the downhill feature. So right now I'm going downhill and it's taking control of the braking system. So I'm creeping down this hill and it's completely in control of the brakes, and it's slowing the vehicle down in the perfect rate. So it's monitoring all four wheels, and if one slips, it reacts with the ABS system and controls the descent. So depending on what trim level you have, they also have active cruise control, lane assist, and blind spot monitors. The Eyesight and active cruise control on this vehicle is basically a camera system that detects cars and vehicles and objects around you, and it can take control some of the steering. It'll slightly steer, so if you're veering off course, it will slightly correct. Also, if there's cars cutting in front of you, it'll automatically adjust the speed for you. I've used this system in stop and go traffic and it works very well. You can almost be foot free where you don't need the gas or the brake pedal, and it'll pretty much take control of the vehicle. But I do recommend that you keep your feet close by, because I wouldn't 100% trust it. One of the cool things about the cruise control and is you can adjust the sensitivity of it by just a push of a button. So if the car, you can adjust the gap between you and the car in front of you further or closer depending on your driving style and how you like it. Also, you can turn the lane assist on and off. So if it's something you're not liking, you can turn that off. Right here I'm using it to demonstrate that the car will auto-correct as it drifts over to the left or to the right. It'll give you an audible beep, and it'll also slightly correct itself. So the interior of these 5th generation Subaru Outbacks is so much nicer than they were in the past. You can get them in full leather or cloth seats. If you're going to be using this in the off-road, I recommend upgrading the floor mats though to the rubber mats. The materials in the interior is really nice. They have soft touch armrests. There's plenty of room in this vehicle, especially in the back seat here. 3 adults can sit back here with no problem. They have knee cutouts so your knees don't get bind up in here. The rear seats also recline. In the rear of the vehicle, it has a power lift gate, so just a touch of a button and the gate's going to lift up for you, and another touch of the button, the gate will close for you. Another thing that Subaru is known for is their large luggage area. This one has about a 28-inch deck level, which means you're not going to be hunched over to load it in and out of the vehicle. The rear seats fold down of a pull of this lever right here. So you just pull this lever and the rear seats just pop down. Works extremely fast and easy, one-handed. So if your hands are full, you can pop these seats down. The screen you see here in the middle pulls back and hides your belongings in the back of the car, or it rolls out and you can remove it if you need to. And like I said, just to push to the button, the lift gate goes down. So under the hood, you got 2 options of engines to choose from. You got the 6-cylinder and you got the 4-cylinder. This is the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. Has 175 horsepower, 174 foot-pounds of torque. If you want a little bit more pep, they offer a 3.6 liter 6-cylinder engine with 256 horsepower, 247 foot-pounds of torque. Both of these engines are horizontal Boxster engines, meaning they have a low center of gravity. So as big as this vehicle is, gas mileage is pretty good. On the 4-cylinder car, you'll get 25 miles to the gallon in the city and about 32 miles to the gallon on the highway. And the 6-cylinder gets about 20 in the city and 27 on the highway. On the exterior of the vehicle here, you can see the camera system for the active cruise control. One of the features that makes this vehicle stand out with outdoor people is not just the all-wheel drive, but is the ability to throw stuff on the racks, on the roof of the vehicle. It also is able to tow, and then there's a ton of aftermarket stuff that you can apply to the vehicle, such as this ski rack here. On the infotainment system inside the vehicle, you can either get it in a 6-inch or an 8-inch screen. This vehicle also has seat heaters, and the climate control here is super easy to use. I don't like vehicles where you have to stare and look at the controls to figure out how to operate it. It's pretty simple to use. You can sync the temperatures between left and right with a push a button. You can dial in your temperatures by twisting these knobs here. So if you were driving down the road, you could figure this out without looking down at it. You can just do it by feel. The touchscreen here is really neat. It operates pretty much like a cell phone, so you can pinch and slide. It also features Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You have the option for satellite radio and navigation and more. Right here in the center console is your electronic park brake and your X drive mode and your hill descent switch. We just came from a town called Spotted Bear, and we're on the way back, and we ran across this kind of wetland here with the river flowing by. It's just absolutely stunning. With a vehicle like this, owning a vehicle like this gives you opportunities to come out to these type of areas right here. So if you guys are considering getting a off-road vehicle for having the time of your life and fun, definitely would consider the Subaru Outback.